right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 4 of the Alibi pod.
Fourth episode, here we are. And looks like Gabe's going to be eating on the podcast.
I'm going to be eating on the podcast. My wife sent me Chipotle, and then Jonathan brought me a donut.
I brought a donut.
He brought a donut. So we'll have Chipotle and then donut, which means the burden of the conversation is on you because I'm about to put this microphone down.
For me. I can rant, yeah. Did you know that the CEO of Chipotle is leaving? I heard that...
He's leaving?
Or left already. I heard that the same CEO that, everybody was making fun of for his little, give a little more kind of comments when he made that video about Chipotle's portion sizes.
Yeah, no, that was crazy.
Yeah, he got made fun of a lot, but I read that he is leaving to go work for Starbucks because Starbucks is apparently struggling, and statistically, as a CEO, he's done really well for Chipotle, and their value has gone up during his time as the CEO. So I guess Starbucks wants the same thing to happen, and I guess he can do that. So that's just something I read. I actually didn't confirm it.
I actually think that Starbucks and Chipotle have almost the exact same, user base. People who eat Chipotle also probably go to Starbucks.
Probably.
I've done both in the same day, many times.
Yeah, that makes... speaking of Starbucks, QuickTrip got coffee in our town.
Yes.
In our town, QuickTrip got coffee on the tap. So it's like beer taps, but with coffee. So you can mix drinks. They have a side of 5 hot ones and 5 cold ones. So now you can get a nitro vanilla latte cold brew from Starbucks or from QuickTrip for $2.
And
which is really
the closest Starbucks to us is 15 minutes.
Yep.
Which, it's not awful, but it's further than I want to go on an average Monday morning. So a quick run to QuickTrip is better. And also, I'm a little bit of a snob now with my cold brews.
Right.
I don't drink hot coffee. I only drink cold drinks.
I like hot coffee.
I don't drink hot tea. I don't drink hot cocoa.
Very much a snob.
Well, that part's not snob. That's just preference. I just don't drink hot drinks.
Picky.
But cold drinks,
Picky boy.
I am picky about the cold brews now because I also don't love super, super sweet things. So it used to be that I would just get frou-frou coffee, the dumb, stuff that you can get.
The Frappuccino.
Yeah.
Basically a milkshake, caffeinated milkshake.
Now I could drink just a straight cold coffee brew with no milk or anything in it and be happy if it's a good brew. So I'm just picky about that, and it's dumb. So I really like that at the QuickTrip where you have them lined up on tap, I can just get my favorite kinds.
Yeah.
You can just be I want a little bit of nitro cold brew, 3 parts nitro cold brew with just a dash of milk latte.
Yeah. I got QuickTrip coffee this morning. I went to QuickTrip and I got myself. It's probably 50-50, maybe 60-40 with the nitro cold brew and then a little bit of the vanilla latte, which, it was good. I think I'm going to have to kind of perfect the system a little bit for what I get from there. I'll tweak it and come up with the perfect arrangement of things. But I like coffee. I like normal coffee. I like hot coffee. And one of the great things about coffee, when it's not iced coffee, is that, I say this a lot, but it pretty much just tastes like dirt. So you can leave it in the car or leave it out all day or whatever and then come back and just kind of reheat it and it still tastes like dirt. So, no value lost in my opinion.
That's the most casual coffee drinker. I don't care about
I know,
coffee.
not really a coffee snob. What do you got from Chipotle there? You got the steak quesadilla?
This is a steak quesadilla. She knows me so well.
I know.
My wife who ordered this for me.
Yeah, I've heard
she didn't tell me. She just said, check the front door. And it was there.
Oh, it's so sweet. Romance is alive, people. I've heard your brother-in-law has a interesting...
Oh, no. Steak on steak?
What happened?
Okay, so my wife's...
I haven't heard this yet.
Brother. You haven't heard this yet?
No.
Okay, so he is addicted to sandwiches. Everything is a sandwich.
There's better things to be addicted to.
Also, let's just... For a moment, we love you, Eric, but let's just say he doesn't eat tacos.
That's not right.
That's not right.
Come on, Eric.
Once again, we love you, Eric, but That one's kind of wild. But he makes everything a sandwich. So it's like, grilled
A taco-
chicken
you can
sandwich.
make a taco sandwich.
You can make a taco sandwich. He makes everything into sandwiches. When I was there the other day, he was making a sandwich. Well, he will take a steak. Like his dad grills steaks.
Yeah.
A medium rare steak, just delightful.
Good
just
steak.
take the whole steak and put it between two pieces of bread.
Okay,
and eat it.
come on now. I don't think that's right. If you're going to make a steak sandwich, let me explain to you, Eric. When you make a steak sandwich, you take your steak. You cut it into slices, slice it against the grain, get you some nice little slices about, yay big, maybe like 2.5 inches long, keep it real thin.
You fillet it.
Yeah, all right.
And you
keep
put it
thin.
on like some
And then you
brioche.
get your sandwich,
a
you
brioche bun.
toast the bread.
Yes.
Toast it on a pan with butter, probably more than just throw it in a toaster. Then you lay your steak out on the sandwich. You can add a little like a
basil pesto
like a
sauce.
pesto kind of sauce. You add
Yes.
maybe some cheese, usually a white cheese.
I
like
would
some
do red
kind of-
onions. I would add
You
red
can do
onions.
some red onions. Some people like tomato on their steak sandwich. Probably not
Some
me.
people do. Probably not him
I'm
either,
more of
but
a
some
simple
people-
steak
like the
sandwich kind
cherry
of guy.
tomatoes. I've seen the cherry tomatoes. On
Cherry
a pesto steak
tomatoes.
sandwich.
You can put eggs on there. Like if you want it more breakfasty, scrambled eggs. If you want it less breakfasty, like a over easy kind of
Over
egg
easy egg,
situation.
yeah.
And you have like a saucy steak sandwich. But you don't just put a steak between two pieces of bread.
Yeah, that one was kind of wild. Circling back to Chipotle, what do you get at Chipotle? What's your Chipotle order?
My Chipotle order, and this is the correct Chipotle order for everyone. The steak quesadilla is also good, but the correct Chipotle order. And if you don't like Chipotle, it's because you get the wrong thing. Get this, and you will like Chipotle. You get a burrito. You get white rice on your burrito. You get black beans. You get barbacoa. Very important. Don't get none of that chicken. You get barbacoa. The steak is good, but it's a little spicy, a little chewy, a little hard to get. Get the barbacoa. Add fajita veggies, and then just get cheese, and that's it. That's your burrito. That's the best Chipotle order. Undisputable.
Let's stop for a moment and talk about John's odd quirk. This man doesn't eat sour cream
I don't eat sour cream.
ever
No.
on anything at all.
Which I
period.
consider a good thing. It means I have seasoning, I don't like sour cream.
He abhors sour cream. He hates it.
I really hate it. It's disgusting. I'll probably throw up. Like once I was at Taco Bell and I got the wrong thing, bro. I never really venture too far from my Taco Bell order, but I got like some box they had and it had a burrito with sour cream in it. I couldn't tell what it was. I thought maybe it was cheese, so I took a big bite. It was sour cream. I literally almost threw up. I was like convulsing, like about to throw up.
I
and
can't be the
barely
only one
choked it
who
down.
thinks that that's maybe a little bit of a problem.
I don't know. Sour cream is disgusting. I mean, that was a while ago, so I don't know.
Also, maybe I just zoned out for a second, but did you mention guac on your Chipotle order?
No, you don't need to get guac. I get this on people like guac, but I'm not a guac guy myself. Sorry.
See, that is a wild take because guac is the glue that holds Chipotle together.
I mean, financially maybe, but it's overpriced anyway. Save some money, skip the guac. Trust me, it'll still be fine.
It is like $3 to get guac there.
Yeah, it's all right though. Speaking of food, I'm supposed to be doing a little bit of a diet.
Tell me about that.
I got with Kanan on this, my homie Kanan. We were supposed to be doing it together, but it's the animal based, basically, is what they call it. The guy who was like a big proponent of the carnivore diet or whatever, Paul Salandino, he does this animal based diet now, which is like carnivore in that it's mostly meat. Is that like you have a question?
I have a question.
What?
Are the donuts animal based?
No. No. We're getting there. But also PJ gave me those. But
PJ a G for real. Thank you,
well,
PJ,
I mean
for my
PJ's
donut that was
best
given
friend
to me.
Patrick came and brought and gave him donuts, and then PJ had one, and there was like 6 of them, so we gave them to me and
Thank
Burke.
you,
and so we
PJ's
have-
friend
yeah.
Patrick, who gave PJ donuts, who gave John a donut, who gave me a donut.
That's right.
That I'm about to eat.
Yes, we appreciate all the people in that line. But anyway, my diet is animal-based diet, which is mostly meat. Like the carnivore diet is all exclusively like meat. This one is mostly meat, but it also includes some fruit, because fruit is good for you. Fruit is all the carbs you need. It's good carbs. It's good sugars and stuff. And stuff like avocados, technically fruit. That's some good fat. Yes, it's good for you. It is good for you.
have some avocado right now.
I'm good. I don't need no fat. I'm fine. Maybe we should have my live reaction to guacamole. I haven't had it in a long time.
Oh, you want to try it?
On the podcast. Should we do this?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Get a
I don't
big
not a big scoop. That's enough right there.
No, that is not enough.
This is the size of, I don't know, this is the size of a small grape amount of guacamole.
You need more.
I don't know. It doesn't smell like I like it, but we're about to try this. Chipotle guacamole. I don't think I've ever had guac from Chipotle, but I haven't had guac in a long time, and I don't usually like avocado, so we're about
Picky
to find
eater
out.
boy.
Although I do eat avocado and sushi. But anyway, live reaction.
This is very different from that.
Maybe I should get some water. If I run off the pod, I'm getting water because it was gross. But not pleasant.
Come on.
I did not enjoy it.
That's like one of the best.
Give me another chip. Give me a couple more chips. I did not. Still don't like guac, guys. Not an avocado guy.
I don't know what
Yeah.
to say to that. That's a second wild take from you today.
Anyway, yeah, so animal-based diet. Meat, fruit, and also like some dairy and some honey. It's supposed to be raw, like raw dairy and raw honey, but apparently that stuff is also good for you, but it's a bunch of science. I just like it because, I mean, it's a diet that doesn't force you to eat a bunch of vegetables. And I don't actually love a lot of vegetables. I mean, love Brussels sprouts, love asparagus.
Carrots are not
Good
bad.
broccoli can be good. Broccolini is amazing.
The problem with a lot of vegetables is that the way I really want to cook them involves like salt and seasonings that completely detract from like the health factors.
Yeah. Anyway. But anyway, yeah, I'm supposed to be doing that with my buddy Kanan. And we're also supposed to be doing push-ups and squats. Which, we're supposed to be doing 25 push-ups and 25 squats. Sets of 4, going back and forth. So you end up doing 100 push-ups and 100 squats, which, Kanan, if you're watching this, I'm sorry. I actually didn't do that much last week. I missed, except for like 2 days, missed pretty much every day last week. So my bad on that. If I don't do them in the mornings, I kind of forget to do them. And I've been sticking to the diet, though, except for I just had the donuts, which... Womp
This is
womp.
your chance to be publicly exposed.
Yep, I know. I didn't stick to it very well. I forgive myself a lot on diets because I'm young, and, you know, I can get away with stuff. My immune system is still good. But I should probably
forgive
text
myself
Kanan
for
and
things all the
apologize.
time because I'm young.
Yeah, that's right. I'm not going to live like this forever. But, yeah. Did you listen to the new Post Malone album?
I'm ready to put the coffee table down for that.
Oh, boy. You're not going to finish
Yes.
your quesadilla first?
I'm
or-
going to come back to it.
Okay, tell me
Yes, I
about
listened.
F1 Trillion,
Yes,
the new
I listened
country
to,
record
to
by
the new
Post Malone.
album.
The whole thing is like 30 songs, bro. You listen to the whole thing?
No.
Oh, okay. I listened to like all but the last 4 songs. Couldn't quite get there, but carry on.
I am an unashamed Post Malone fan.
Yeah,
I have been a Post Malone fan
he's excellent.
since the first time I ever heard Post Malone.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly because of his voice.
Excellent singer.
I have not always... When he was doing rap stuff, I was not a huge fan of most of it. He had
I
some
liked
songs that I liked. It was all right. I didn't like the content of
Also,
the
when
music.
speaking of Post Malone, you got to remember, such a sweet dude.
He's
Like,
so
he's a
nice.
I sent you a TikTok today. Like it was just a compilation. Like
Of yes, sirs.
he's just
and,
like, yes, sir, yes, ma'am, thank you so much. Oh, yes, thank you, yes, sir. He's such a sweet guy.
He seems like genuinely just a very, very sweet human being.
Very most like nicest, sweetest, most polite person in the world, possibly. But anyway,
Yeah. But I am a huge fan of Post Malone's voice. Post Malone could do any genre, and I
genre,
would still listen
absolutely.
to it.
Yeah.
And I appreciate him moving to like cleaner, more wholesome genres recently.
Sure.
I feel like.
sure.
Now it's been kind of a journey from, you know, rap Post Malone, who was just smut, kind of nasty, to
Rockstar era.
yeah, getting clean as a person, him like shifting from being that person to being like who he is now.
Yeah,
Like he
losing weight, quitting,
lost weight,
a bunch
got
of
off
substances.
a bunch of bad substances, cleaned up his life, all that stuff. And then the music reflected it, and he's kind of had this journey through like alt music. 12 Karat Toothache was very much like almost sad boy, like piano, like ethereal sounds, and then
I wouldn't have
Austin.
minded some drugs on that, drums on that.
Drums.
record.
Yeah.
Not drugs, but
Not drugs, drums.
Wouldn't have minded some drums.
Yeah, there was occasional songs with some drums, but not much.
There was just no drums on that record.
Austin, the
That was pretty
record
good,
was
yeah.
almost all like alternative rock, like lots of electric guitars and just like
Yeah, there was some
on
drums
every
on
song.
that one. Yeah.
And then like I Had Some Help came out with Morgan Wallen, and we knew like,
that blew up the world. Yeah.
we're here in like country posty officially. And so the whole record is just like a conglomerate of super mega ultra country stars.
Yeah, there's like 6
Like,
features on that.
No, more than that.
There's like 8 features
Like
on
everyone
that.
you could think of. Morgan Wallen,
Hardy,
Lainey Wilson, Jelly Roll,
Dolly Parton.
Dolly
he had
Parton,
Tim McGraw in there.
Brad
Blake
Paisley,
Shelton.
Blake Shelton.
Everybody, absolutely
Like,
everybody.
yeah, all the big. I think, oh gosh, I don't want to say this one and be wrong, but I think even. I'm not going to say it until I look up and confirm it.
I think Ernest was on there.
Ernest was definitely on there.
Who are you thinking?
Chris Stapleton.
I don't think Chris Stapleton was on there. I don't recall, but I don't think Chris Stapleton was on there. I'm pretty sure he wasn't. But anywho,
Hank Williams Jr.
Hank Williams was on there.
Luke
yeah.
Combs.
Of course, Luke Combs was on there.
Yep, Chris Stapleton,
Oh, Chris
California
Stapleton was on
Sober.
there. Anyway, yeah, there was a bunch of features. A whole lot of features on there.
So much.
Yeah, and it's like 30 songs.
And then, yeah, a whole second disc. It's 27 tracks. A whole second disc of all solo records without
Right,
features.
Just Post Malone.
Which was great. My kind of hot take on listening to that first half with all the features is that having some of those artists on the song kind of changed who Posty is lyrically. Like he's a pretty good writer.
Sure.
He writes a fair amount of stuff, and like there's a sound that is Post Malone's kind of like who he is. And even as he's shifted from like, it used to be more profanity, more junk in the lyrics. As he's shifted from that as a person, there's still a vibe that sounds like Post Malone
Yeah.
in the lyrics.
Sure.
That's there. And listening to some of these records, I particularly noticed it, I think, on the one with Brad Paisley, if I remember correctly. But throughout it, it's like, hey, this doesn't really sound like Post Malone. But then on the solo records that are just him, I'm particularly thinking of What Don't Belong to Me right now. It sounds like Post Malone still, but in country.
Yeah.
And so I appreciate the ones that are just him, because I feel like it still sounds definitively like Post Malone while being like in a healthy way in this new genre.
Yeah.
And bringing something fresh to country music that is definitely needed.
I mean, I think some artists on there kind of clicked with him better than others. But so I see kind of what you're saying with some of those songs kind of detracting from.
And they're
being
good
Post
songs.
Malone, but
Almost
yeah.
every song on there is a genuinely good song.
Yeah, so overall, you like the record.
I'm a fan of the record.
Yeah, it was a good
Yeah.
album. I liked it. I listened to it this morning, most of it this morning. And yeah, I enjoyed a lot of it. I'm not a fan of country for real, but I thought it was good. And not only is it like kind of good modern country, in my opinion, but also like it's got some. It throws a bone to like country purists, the people who like the more folksy stuff, like the song MEXICO on that record. Just the storytelling was phenomenal. The instruments were great. As like a musician, musically that song was great. Like that was a pure country song. Like people who love country music should have absolutely zero reason to hate that song. Like it's a good song.
Yeah.
And very much country. And I
agree.
played the record for PJ at the barbershop. PJ is the guy who owns the barbershop where I work. I don't know if I mentioned that previously on the pod. But anyway, I played it for PJ, who is a big fan of country. loves to play country music at the shop, which I don't usually appreciate. But yeah, after I'd already listened to the record, I went to the shop, and he was like, "Yeah, I'll listen to the Post Malone country album. Can you put it on?" And I was like, "Sure." So we listened to almost the whole record, and he very much enjoyed it as a country fan. So
Yeah.
shout out to Post Malone, I guess.
One last thought before we abandon the subject. I
Okay.
just want to give like props and shout out to like the personal and artistic development of Post Malone. Looking back at his older records, I know I mentioned it before, but it used to be like every song was explicit. It was just all kinds of junk. And this is coming from someone who does not particularly enjoy listening to explicit music
Sure.
as a general rule. Looking at the new record, there's like only a couple of songs that have anything on them.
Right.
It's like
And it's not
almost-
profane, just like for
Yeah.
the sake of being profane.
Right. It's an almost entirely clean record of like a lot more like family friendly stuff, more mature stuff, like being
Yeah, absolutely.
being just a good person
Hmm.
as opposed to someone kind of trashy like he may have portrayed in his lyrics before.
Yeah, I think Post Malone is also dope because you can kind of follow the feel of where music is at and what we like generally like what pop music is and where society is at as
Where we
far
are as
as
a
music.
culture.
Yeah, by following Post Malone.
In
'Cause, like-
in a way that feels organic.
In a
also,
way
'cause
that
some
he also
artists,
does it
they
all
just
well.
follow
Right.
trends.
Because
but-
he started doing rap music. When he started blowing up, it was rap music, and he was making this kind of alternative, trap-influenced singer rap vibe that absolutely was huge, and it was absolutely what was in at the time. And then he kind of switched and kind of made this more alternative pop, more ethereal, synthesizer-y, vibey stuff. And it was kind of what was huge at the time. And now he started making country music, and also right now, country music just happens to be blowing up. And I do think that he is part of that. Like Post Malone and Morgan Wallen are kind of
Post Malone Morgan
part of why
power
yeah,
duo.
country
Yeah.
music is blowing up right now, but it's absolutely country music is the thing. And Posty's on it, doing it super well. So I think shout out to him and props to him for being on top of culture like that.
I have something to share.
What's that?
This is a real lawsuit that's currently going on. So
boy.
basically, this guy went to Disney Springs with his wife. It's like a theme park, right?
Yeah.
A Disney theme park with his wife. She got food poisoning.
Ooh, wow.
Very bad case of food. She died.
Oh wow.
Like, this is hardcore. Like,
Goodness.
food poisoning while at a Disney park. Suing, of course,
Of course, right.
for damages. Now, if we get into the weeds, I'm not sure of all the details. I'm not sure if Disney owned the store, like the restaurant. I think
Right,
it might
yeah.
have been a contractor to Disney. Bottom line, though, you sue everyone you can for damages when that happens. Like,
Yeah.
they're all encompassed in the lawsuit, right?
Sure.
Well, Disney's trying to have this thrown out of court, this whole case thrown out of court, because of a really dumb reason. So, in the Disney Plus terms of use,
Okay.
which everyone has to click I agree
Right.
on
And
the
nobody
Disney
reads
Plus
it.
terms of use
For
to
sure.
get Disney Plus, the app. So this guy probably got Disney Plus years ago.
Sure.
There is a clause that says all lawsuits involving like your relationship with Disney will be settled by arbitration out of court.
Wow. Interesting. Wow. I wonder if that's like goodness. Does that like last? Like, do you have to have an active Disney Plus account? Like, I wonder
Right.
what's the details
What's-
there.
Which I've not read the Disney Plus terms of use either.
Yeah, I'm curious to see because like there could be a lot. Like Disney, I wouldn't put it past them to absolutely just lock us all in some way with Disney and then like sue you in the future for something because you have Disney Plus.
It feels like this is also a dumb one too. Like it feels like there should also be a similar clause or some kind of a clause in the Disney theme park like ticket whatever.
Right.
It says like Disney is not
We're
to
not,
be held
we're not
liable.
responsible
like,
for any injury or in this case death that takes place on or due to
yeah.
experiences held on this premises. Yeah.
Something like that. Like, that's just a wild, wild
Yeah, that's crazy.
thing to
I
be
don't know.
going
I
on.
might and if moving forward, we're gonna have to get a lawyer to just read through all of our terms and conditions for anything we want to get in the future. Just
I know. Netflix, Disney Plus,
yes,
Max,
anything like any app you download, any appointment you make, any website you purchase off of, just terms of service, everything you get. You're like, send them to my lawyer. I need representation.
I'm not signing anything until he looks at it.
Speaking of signing things, I got my passport. Right, it didn't come yet, but I applied for my passport, and
I also applied for my passport very, very recently.
that's cool. And I also a credit card. I had to apply for a credit card, which is I also haven't gotten yet, but it's supposed to be coming like tomorrow. But
Another very important thing.
everybody wants all your stuff, bro. Why I keep having to give out my social security number? I thought we kept this thing on the low. Like,
They told me not to tell anybody
yeah,
that.
now literally everybody wants my social security number. Like the credit card company wants my social security number. And
I'll take your social security
There was a
number.
credit card company. I applied twice, got denied once. The credit card company that denied me has my social security number. Like that doesn't seem right, bro. My insurance wanted my social security number, credit card, passport, everything wants your social security. This is ridiculous, people. It's like not just social security number, but I keep filling out my address and my full name, my birthday, all this stuff, bro. I got
Like,
no secrets from anyone. What the heck?
Unfortunate news is that they're really just using it to check against the records that they already have.
And it's like 2 points away from I have to share my social security number to have a podcast. Like what the heck, dog?
Share it now.
Yeah, I gotta tell the viewers. Like, dang, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And they just, man, everything is ridiculous, and also it's expensive. Did it cost you like $200 to get your passport?
Well, I had to pay for my wife too, so
Yeah, so you paid a lot more, huh?
yeah.
Yeah, it was like $180 to get the passport. Or of course, did you guys take the picture there, or did you bring pictures?
We took the picture there.
Yeah, so it was like $15 for that.
They're
and then
so
like
picky about the pictures,
150 or
and
something.
like I'm a photographer, so I thought like, oh, maybe I could just take the pictures myself. Like it feels
Right,
like,
yeah.
but it's so much work, and you have to print it too.
You gotta
so
have
it's
the
like,
black. It's got to be the perfect size. You gotta have the solid color background, like with the white or whatever. It's just, yeah. But I don't know.
Just
I
let
didn't
them
want to
do it.
take pictures and then like it'd be the wrong size or anything. But I mean, they took my picture and all that and they gave me a copy of it too. So I have
Yeah,
that
same.
in my wallet. So yeah,
I have
good for
one
me.
over there.
Oh, nice. But it's so expensive, bro.
Oh yeah, the cost of that.
Everything's
and
so
also
expensive.
they can't just take like regular money. They made me write a check.
Yeah, I know. I had to get a check too. Credit
As a member of Gen Z, we don't
we don't
have
use checks.
checks.
I don't have a checkbook. I don't
like
do that.
unless they give you a checkbook when you open the account. Like you don't have checks. I had to go get like counter checks,
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
which I only
bro.
know exist because I used to work at the bank.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I'd be texting you like, "Can I get just one check?" Like, once in a blue moon, I'll need like a check or something. It's ridiculous, but bro, why is everything so expensive, dog? I've got so many and I don't even have a lot of expensive, bro. I don't have a lot of expenses. It's ridiculous. Like insurance. Insurance is crazy, guys. I just learned about all this because I'm very young. But anyway, insurance can charge you whatever they want, and they can just raise the price on you. Also, they can just drop you if you want. If they want to drop you, they can drop you. And you're legally required to have insurance.
Yeah.
I'm legally required. I'm legally bound to this bully who can do whatever they want. And what the heck? How is this legal? How is this fair?
I think we have the same insurance guy though, and he's genuinely a G.
Our insurance agent is cool, but the fact that insurance agencies can do this is ridiculous. And also, how everything's so expensive. Like, bro, I imagine, thankfully I don't have a lot of expenses, but imagine I have insurance, and plus I have to pay for gas. Imagine, a food budget. Imagine a housing budget. I'm imagining all these things. Obviously, you do. You have more money than me, but imagine, and I'm adding, occasionally going to get
are
clothes.
these the cider donuts?
Yep, the cider donuts. Yeah.
I'm gonna close out the episode with this.
Yep, have the donut. But anyway, all these expenses just stack up. I don't know how you're supposed to live.
Never mind, I take it back. These are best. Actually,
You gotta throw it in
keep
the
talking.
microwave.
I'm gonna just throw it in the microwave.
Yeah,
and
we
be
got
right
about
back.
2 minutes left on the pod. But anyway, Yeah, it's ridiculous how much stuff stacks up. I don't know how I'm supposed to live in this because, you gotta make so much money. You gotta be rich to exist anymore, which is ridiculous. But I don't know. I don't know what to do. Yeah, I just working on it, working on getting rich so I
The
can
truth
live.
is that the perspective of what rich is has changed.
That's true.
Like,
Yeah,
it used to be like, oh, if you make $100,000 a year, you're like super rich. Now it's like,
Hey,
if you
bro,
make $100,000
It's
a
like
year,
14 to 10 seconds is gonna be plenty.
if you make $100,000 a year now, it's like, oh, you can.
Well, that's enough to survive.
Yeah,
So,
you can live in
live a
like,
comfortable middle
not
class.
New York City, but like, an average
Kansas.
city.
Yep. But anyway, Gabe's got his donut, and we have been here for half an hour, so I think it's about time to wrap up the
It's
episode.
time to wrap it up.
Thank you so much for joining us. If anyone joined us, which we hope you did, this has been episode 4 of the Alibi podcast, and we will see you next week.
Yes,
Good donut.
sir.
Yep. Ciao.